Like that guy is boring and he's not able to stimulate her from an arousal standpoint. The guy that's able to be a good provider, but the guy that arouses her this way isn't able to provide long term. So it's very difficult for women to find a guy that has both things.
It's the whole thing's frustrating, like just the way the world has just continually gone to a point where it's like, yo, it's like, I think it just keeps coming down to like the control, but also the coddling, like the keeping someone just feeling like we all hate each other.
Yeah.
And that's the thing
how
that
you
is,
do it. You have to
that's
divide.
the thing that is so frustrating to me is like, that's what it all kind of just circles around, where it's just like, it is just about the divide.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you an example, right? So like they got to distract people. So like, when Rome was falling, what did they do? They had like the best spectacles, right, in the Colosseum to keep people entertained, to distract them from what's really going on. I'll give you an example. So like, and I don't think this was a coincidence, but the day that Andrew Tate got arrested, people don't know this, they're one of Epstein's financiers that was paying off the victims, like got taken to court. But that didn't get reported because if you had typed in human trafficking or any of this stuff, Andrew Tate's going to come up, not necessarily Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Yeah.
Or Epstein. Yeah. So it's like, it's interesting to me how like, we still don't know who's on the list, right? We still don't know what is going on, right? We know he didn't kill himself. So the guy had links to very powerful people. You see him taking all these pictures, etc. No one really knows what he does. He's running a shady financier business. He's like a consultant financially. He's a billionaire. No one knows how the made his money.
Yeah, billionaire is crazy.
Dude, like insane. No one knows, right? And I did a whole like thing on this. We don't have to go into it, but it's just crazy to me how like they distract you a lot of times from like the bigger problems, right? When COVID was going on, that's when like YouTube was growing the most because people were stuck inside. And what are they doing? They mindless entertainment, right? Yeah. And then if you went ahead and did try to find content on like what the hell's really going on with this pandemic, what's really going on with the vaccine, etc., they censored it, right? I mean, it as a creator here, if you did anything, you even mentioned COVID in your video, there'd immediately be a banner on the thing, COVID-19 misinformation, etc. You could get your channel taken down. So they made it where we're not going to incentivize you to put any type of dissonant information on the internet on this vaccine. But now we're getting info. People are dying suddenly from heart attacks.
Yeah, Cuomo came out and said he was one of the biggest proponents of like get the vaccine, and then he's like now he has a problem.
Piers Morgan, like all these guys are like Ben Shapiro. Hell, even Trump pushed the vaccine.
Ben Shapiro said you're what did he say? Like you're a dope if you don't get the vaccine. And now all the conservatives are like, oh, COVID was a control mechanism. These guys were shilling for it.
Yeah,
they were, man. So it's
Are you hot? Are you hot? You were like,
oh, thanks, man.
No. Are you hot? Like you were wiping sweat. I mean,
no, I'm okay. I'm good.
I'll turn the AC on if I don't.
He's been cooking so much. The heat is just like,
he's going crazy, bro.
Yeah, just trying to give a good interview. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's great. It's great.
We're gonna have to cut a lot of this out, but it's all good.
I know. It's so. I hate
bro,
it.
Bro, put it on your website or
something
exclusive,
bro. You can put this whole podcast on X.
Yeah, dude.
But that's the thing.
First X pod.
But I put it. I have pods on X already. But it's not even about that. It's like I put it on X, then they're just like, oh.
No, but you disavow us.
Wait a sec.
You push back enough. You push back enough.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Let me be very clear about this. Like, Brad doesn't align with a lot of the things that we talk about, guys.
Yes,
He's just opening the platform for us to like be able to speak openly. And you're a great interviewer. See, a great interviewer, you don't really know where they stand, right? Like Brad kind of like opens it up for us to let us say.
He's trying to call me a
No.
W. Brad. No, but I know off the camera, bro.
A good interviewer, you don't really know where they stand. You're kind of like, they're
well, I'm interviewing you
here, whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're a great interviewer, bro. You're a good interviewer. I told you this years ago.
Yeah.
Like you've known that. So
I know where he stands. He's one of us.
He's
one
come
of
on,
us.
man.
You guys
one
are great.
of us. Get banned too. Get banned too. You know why we got banned on Instagram?
Why did you get
They
banned
didn't
on Instagram?
tell us. We have no idea. My
didn't
last
tell us.
post on Instagram was me training during Ramadan. It was a video about like, oh, fasting and training is hard, but I'm going to go do it anyway. Next day I'm banned. They like no reason. I never even talked about anything geopolitically. I never showed my opinions on there. It was just like motivational stuff, reels for my streams, nothing.
Do you think YouTube will ever change?
No, I don't think so. They don't have to. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They're international. If you look at the battles that Rumble's going through right now, I talk to the CEO, Chris, almost every day. He's always in some lawsuit. He has to go to court here.
Who's suing him?
Well, he's suing Google, and then like they try to get him off the App Store, and then they file some like Brazil.
They had him testify.
Shut down in Russia, shut down in Saudi, shut down in Brazil. He's always fighting something. Like there's always so many battles. Free speech is one of the hardest things to uphold if you're a CEO. So I do respect that guy quite a bit. YouTube is never going to change. Look, they make the most amount of money from the ad-friendly content, which is like Mr. Beast videos where they have trannies dancing around, or they have like kids videos where they're jumping into pools. Like they're never going to switch back because why would they? They're making so much money. It's not about truth. It's about money.
And if you look at like a lot of the dude, I mean, all the conservative creators, like all the big ones now are on Rumble, right? Like you got, we're over there, Sneako's over there, Crowder's over there, but Don Bongino's over there. Who else?
The Nug Pod's over there now too.
Nug Pod's over there.
Like Barstool. Yeah, they started posting on Rumble. I saw full
Barstool's over there. I predict Rogan's gonna go over there at some point. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. Like
I feel like Rogan really stretched the.
Fuentes is over there. Like you can't, and you can only find him
What
on
did Rogan
Rumble
do?
or an X.
I feel like Rogan really stretched that side on Spotify. Like Spotify, aren't they? They're pretty like liberal.
They're free speech for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, but they would side more liberal, no? Like overall as a company.
Depends on what you talk about.
Yeah, it's interesting though. It seems like he really.
It's not really liberal and conservative anymore. It's really like allegiance to one country and allegiance to another country. That's really what it is. Like the political parties are not divided by like simple things like taxes and Republican, Democrat. It's really about one singular issue.
You think it all boils down to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck. The rest is just like
When it comes to social media, at least, it's 100% that. Yeah. Now you can talk about it a bit more, but bro, prior to a certain date, no.
Fuck, man.
Hell no. And if you do have it, you got to have opposing factions. You can't just like, there's got to be pushback if you're even going to do it. That's why if you look at Pierce and Lex and all that, when they have that discussion, it's always a debate. Never just one guy talking about it without opposition.
if you agree, they're going to cut you out.
100%.
Man.
You know, it's just crazy. Like, you know, I make these jokes and people go like crazy, like on YouTube, like Myron's the racist.
So
blah, blah, blah.
my question is when Dave was doing it, obviously like it was on these mainstream networks. Like what was it
Comedy
on?
Central.
Comedy Central, right?
Yeah.
At that time, were they never like, oh, what's this? They were just like
The climate
fuck it?
was completely different back then.
Yeah.
You were able to say a lot more than you could say now. Like the whole culture has shifted completely. I mean, look at now. Like Chappelle went, like he put a special on Netflix, and the Netflix employees
They wanted him
boycotted
gone.
it.
Like they literally like
They quit.
Netflix was like wanting to, when he made Sticks and Stones, which I don't even think was that offensive. They really wanted to cancel him.